Most people think financial freedom means being rich, but that's actually level 3. And the truth is, most people never even reach level 1 because financial freedom isn't one destination. It happens in 3 stages, and each stage completely changes how money works in your life. Today, I'm going to break down the 3 levels of financial freedom, and more importantly, how to know which level you're currently in, what it takes to move to the next level, and why most people get stuck between level 1 and level 2. Because once you understand this framework, money stops feeling confusing, and it starts feeling predictable. And if you're someone who wants to stop living paycheck to paycheck, build real financial security, and eventually reach financial independence, then this video will completely change how you think about money. But before we start, if you enjoy practical conversations about money, mindset, and wealth building, make sure you subscribe to Keith's Money Mindset, because on this channel we focus on one goal: build assets, break cycles, create freedom. Okay, let's start with level 1. Level 1, financial stability. The first level of financial freedom is financial stability. Now, this might not sound exciting, but it's actually the foundation of everything, because without stability, nothing else works. Financial stability means your basic life expenses are covered consistently, your bills are paid, you have control over your cash flow, and you're no longer constantly stressed about money. But here's the reality. A huge percentage of people never reach this level, not because they don't earn enough, but because they never control their financial behavior. Every time their income increases, their lifestyle increases. New car, bigger apartment, more subscriptions, more spending. Their income grows, but their financial stress stays the same. Now compare that with someone else making the same income, but they focus on 3 habits. 1. Living below their means. 2. Building an emergency fund. 3. Eliminating high-interest debt. Over time, their financial life becomes stable, not perfect, but stable. There are 3 signals someone has reached financial stability. 1. You have an emergency fund, usually with at least 3 to 6 months of expenses, if not more, because life will happen. Car repairs, medical bills, job changes. Without an emergency fund, one unexpected expense can destroy your finances, but with one, you gain something extremely valuable: peace of mind. 2. Your debt is manageable. This doesn't mean zero debt, but it means debt is no longer controlling your life. You're not drowning in credit cards. You're not constantly borrowing to survive. Instead, your financial life becomes predictable. 3. Your monthly cash flow works. Money comes in. Expenses go out. But there's still room to save and invest. And this is where something powerful begins, because once stability is achieved, you unlock level 2. Level 2, financial security. Level 2 is where real wealth starts forming. This stage is called financial security. At this point, your life is no longer dependent on only your job, because you begin building assets. Assets are things that produce income or grow in value. Examples include index funds, retirement accounts, real estate, businesses, dividend stocks. At level 2, something shifts. Your money begins working for you instead of you constantly working for money. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone investing $800 per month. They invest into a simple S&P 500 index fund, historically averaging around 8 to 10% annually. Over 25 years, that $800 monthly investment could grow to over $700,000, and that's the power of level 2, consistency, not luck. The real objective here is income replacement progress, meaning investment income begins covering portions of your lifestyle. For example, your monthly expenses equals $4,000. Your investments produce $500 per month, $1,200 per month, $2,000 per month, little by little. Your dependence on work decreases. This is why level 2 is where most wealth builders spend 10 to 20 years, because wealth doesn't appear overnight. It compounds quietly. The key habit here is consistent investing, not timing the market, not chasing hot stocks. Just systematic investing, every month, every year, over decades, and something fascinating happens during this stage. Your wealth growth begins to accelerate dramatically because of compound growth. Let's say someone invests $1,000 per month. After 10 years, they might have around $180,000, but after 20 years, that might grow to $600,000 plus, and after 30 years, over $1.3 million. The first decade feels slow. The later decades feel explosive. That's the power of compounding. The final level towards financial freedom is financial independence. This is where your investments fully cover your lifestyle. Your job becomes optional, not because you hate work, but because you no longer depend on it. Let me show you a practical example. Imagine your yearly expenses are $60,000. Many financial planners use something called the 4% rule. This means if you have roughly 25 times your annual expenses invested, you may be able to withdraw about 4% per year sustainably. So if you need $60,000 per year, you would need roughly $1.5 million invested. At that point, your investments can potentially produce the income needed to support your lifestyle. That's financial independence. But here's something interesting. Many people who reach this level still choose to work, because now they work for purpose, not survival. There is a hidden fourth benefit of financial independence. Financial independence creates something even more powerful than money. It creates freedom of choice, freedom to change careers, start a business, spend more time with family, pursue passion projects, work less, travel more. And this is why wealth is ultimately about options, not luxury. Options.
So, why most people never reach financial independence? Let's look at the three main reasons.
1. Lifestyle inflation, income rises. Spending rises faster. No investing happens. 2. No asset building strategy. People focus only on saving money, but saving alone rarely builds wealth. Investing does. 3. Lack of consistency. People invest for a few months, then stop. But wealth is built through decades of consistency. Financial freedom isn't about becoming rich overnight. It's about moving through three stages. First, financial stability. Then, financial security. And eventually, financial independence. Each level builds on the last. And the most important step is simply starting. Because small actions today become life-changing results tomorrow. If you found this helpful, comment below and tell me, which level of financial freedom are you currently working toward? Level 1, Level 2, or Level 3? I read the comments on every video and I'd love to hear your perspectives. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to Keith's Money Mindset. This is Keith's Money Mindset, where we build assets, break cycles, create freedom. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.